And the political insiders are here. Charlie Giroux, the Republican strategist, and Tony May, our Democratic strategist. Guys, thanks again. Every Tuesday, here we are.
That's right. It's good to see you guys. We want to begin with Governor Bill Scranton. He passed away. We want to get your thoughts on the man he was. Tony, let's start with you.
Well, I think one of the things that I was going to talk about when someone asked me was, I thought one of the greatest moments at the Pennsylvania Society was back in 1995 when they gave the gold medal to George Leader, Governor George Leader, the governor who preceded Bill Scranton, the Democrat, and they let Bill Scranton, former Governor Bill Scranton, present the medal to George Leader, and it was a great evening because there were two really fine gentlemen, real spirited public servants who gave up a lot of freedom to do this job, and both were equally well liked by people of all political parties, even though one was a Democrat and one was a Republican. We've lost both of them now in this same year.
And it seems, unfortunately, politics has lost a lot of people.
Politics, unfortunately, has lost a lot of the civility that Tony referred to with Governor Scranton and Governor Leader. And I don't know, Tony, what it is with Pennsylvania governors, but God bless both of those men well into their 90s before they passed on. Governor Thornburg, now I guess close to or into his 80s, and he looks and is as vital as a 20-year-old. So whatever they drink at the governor's residence, I want a little bit of it.
Exactly.
Bill Scranton was a great American, great Pennsylvanian, great governor. And after he left the State House here, and as you know, when he was governor, he could only serve for one term. He continued public service, ambassador to the UN, but even when he was out of the public spotlight, in the twilight of his career, I remember going up to Boston on hearings on the Base Realignment and Closure Commission, which threatened to shut down some of Pennsylvania's military bases. Who was there? Governor Bill Scranton, just standing up for the state that he loved so much and to which he dedicated his life.
Amazing man he was. He'll certainly be missed by a lot of folks.
Well, turnpike tolls are going up again in 2014, beginning of the year. Charlie, your thoughts on this, the reasons why, and as people keep looking at the Turnpike Commission?
I think that this is one of the reflections of the problems with Act 44. And while you could get a variety of opinions, and probably if you ask 20 legislators, you get 25 different opinions about Act 44 itself, this again points up the fact that it really is not a very working model, predicated on some things that never were allowed to happen or didn't happen. But most important, I think it points up the need for a different stream for funding for transportation in Pennsylvania, something Tony and I agree on. Both of our firms, in the interest of full disclosure, have worked for that. But I think this now points up the real need for transportation funding in Pennsylvania that allows for reliable, constant funding so that we both have public safety and the ability to grow economically, because companies need that.
They want. For those who don't know Act 44, just briefly, that's the payment.
The Turnpike guarantees payments to the state under Act 44. It's just a small little sliver of it, but that's what's driving these tolls at this point.
Yeah, 18 cents out of every dollar that you pay in a toll goes for the Act 44 support. About 44 cents of your toll dollar goes to pay off bonds, money that's been borrowed to improve the turnpike itself. And then one of the reasons why they raise the tolls for cash payment is because we still have toll takers who have increasing salaries and benefits. Those of us who have the E-ZPass system are automated, and it keeps costs down, and they want to encourage people, more and more commuters, to go to E-ZPass.
Yeah, E-ZPass is being raised by just a fraction compared to paying by cash. So, okay, we want to move now to the voter ID trial. After a 4-day recess, trial picked back up today, but a lot of people are asking, what's taking so long? The judge said we want to speed this up and get it going, and then there was a 4-day recess, and now they're back into it. Is there a delay, or is this just commonplace?
The legal process always moves more slowly than anybody seeking its determination would like, but it's important that this be done in a deliberative way. The court certainly is doing that. I think that the testimony ultimately is going to show that this is common sense law that most Pennsylvanians support overwhelmingly, provides the opportunity for folks to get a voter ID if they want one.
Tony, how do you feel the defense is doing?
Well, I think they've proven some facts that are going to weigh a great deal on the judge's mind when he makes his decision, even though we don't know exactly how this is going to turn out. But the point has, I think, been made clearly that only 3,800 people have been given those non-driver voter IDs by PennDOT, but there's an estimated, take your pick, 300,000, 500,000, 700,000 Pennsylvanians who don't have photo IDs. So what kind of barriers do you want to erect for voters that would discourage them from voting. It worked very hard to try to get people to go out and get their photo IDs. They're free, but we haven't been very successful at it. I think the judge is going to have to consider that factor in weighing the final decision.
There's just a wide disagreement, though, on the number of people that is.
So whether it's 300,000 or 500,000.
Huge disagreement. It doesn't start at 300,000.
All right, we'll tackle this next week. You guys, thank you. You can see our political insiders every Tuesday on CBS 21 News at 5:30.
If we had had more.